Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy DK Merrimonth, and we're live again at Tech Unite Africa 3.0, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yes, live at the Museum Center, and I'm here with no other than Jidenna. I think it's best that he introduces himself. He probably would do it better than I would.
Yeah, sure. My name is Jidenna, the head of marketing, and also the project manager for Tech Unite Africa, and also the co-founder for TUA Events,
Wow.
the body organizing this event. So basically, this is us.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the first question would be, what inspired you to go into the field? Is it something that you studied? Was it always your background, or was it something that as time proceeded or progressed, you kind of veered into?
Oh, basically, it's been my background. I have a degree in information technology,
Wow. Okay.
and I'm also a software engineer, and very passionate into technology as a space, because I realized that maybe I should get a little bit philosophical, because I believe that all the civilizations that have ruled the world has also been able to do that through technological
To
advancements.
some extent, yes.
Yeah, to a large extent,
Right.
So, and that debate is there, but it's to a large extent.
Right.
So that's why we feel that the only way Africa can advance, it's through technological advancements.
Right.
So that's why we call it Tech Unite Africa.
Right.
It's also Tech Business Nexus, because at the end of the day, if it's not a business, it's not going to bring revenue. So
Right.
technology has to move from being just a talent exposure or talent display, to actually being a business where revenue is generated.
Right.
So that's why we named it Tech Business Nexus.
Right. That's really cool. Okay, so what would you say happened? Because people come here, they probably just see this, and I feel like that's how consumers are. They'll critique, oh, this is bad, this is great, this is a... So what I'm saying is that being behind the scenes and building all these things, what would you say have been some of the hurdles that you guys have had to face, number one, and then what would you say are some of the, would I say, benefits of what you have been doing behind the scenes?
Well, first of all, I would like to say that nothing ever built is perfect.
Right.
Okay, because even in software development, in all sorts of development, you find out that iterative processes are actually the best processes, because when a process is iterative, it means it gets better.
Right.
You
It continues to develop.
Yeah, you
right.
continue to develop. So what we do is we have a project database where we say, okay, how do we make the next one better? What are the
Right.
things? What are the lessons learned database?
Right.
So we compile this database and we say, okay, the next one, what do we need to do better? So it's just going to keep getting better, because the strategy is
Yes.
iterative. So
Right.
we just get, so for some of the benefits include exposure, because like today on the last editions, we've met a lot of people.
Right.
Met people from the United States came in, venture capitalists, our partners, SWC, Startup World Cup. They came in from the United States yesterday. They were here. We had partners from Link, who came in from South Africa. We have partners from the from all over the world. UK
Right.
partners were all here. So,
Right.
and as they come to this forum, it gives us an opportunity to meet them and to forge new partnerships.
Right.
But it gives the African community, technology community, opportunity to meet and forge new partnership. So
Right.
exposure, global exposure, is one of the major benefits that we all, as a team, not just us, the organizers, but the participants in this event get.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Very positive-minded human being. I asked him about the hurdles and the benefits, and he focused on the benefits. And I think what we can take from that is the fact that, as a matter of fact, hurdles, from what you were saying, relating to most user interfaces being iterative, is that
Yeah.
most of the times the hurdles are the benefits.
They are the
Because
benefits.
when you see, okay, this is a gap, then you know that when you fill that, then that means you have satisfied another need, or you've
So
closed on
somebody
right.
actually said that if you have a problem, if there's a problem, then the solution is actually the benefit of that problem,
Right,
because you
right.
have an opportunity to create a solution to the problem. So the ability to create solutions is what excites us.
Okay.
So that's what we look for, to develop new solutions to different problems. And it starts with the conversation.
Right.
It always starts with a conversation, an idea, then a conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Then emotionally, how has it been being behind the scenes, from the conceptualization of this to the process, and maybe dialoguing, like you said, discussion, to planning, to execution, to now like seeing the materialization of everything that you've been working on behind the scenes? What has that been like for you in terms of like emotionally?
Well, it's been very stressful, because we must understand that this environment is not very friendly to startups. And I say that with a lot of reservation, because startups are thriving better now as opposed in the past. So it's getting better.
Right.
But it's not a friendly organization, because you have to do with regulatory agencies, you have to deal with all sorts of tax, you have all sorts of things that So there are not enough benefits for startups. But what do? You have to continue to,
Right.
you have to, number one, your passion has to be there. If you're not
Right.
passionate, number two, you have to be committed to do whatever it takes in terms of any positive activity that you require to get that solution.
Right.
So I say passion, number one. Then I say never die spirit.
Right.
That means you have to keep, even when you don't see a clear path, you just have to forge one.
Right.
So that's passion and dedication are my
Right.
two keywords.
Right. So I would say, what would you say, or what would you give advice to somebody who is fresh and knows nothing about tech, for instance, and is looking to go into that field? What would be some of the advice that you would give that person
I think
now, like applicable to now? Right
for now, I like the fact that you said now, so I have to keep it to now. Now I would say AI,
Wow. Okay.
artificial intelligence, because the thing is that artificial intelligence right now is making a lot of things obsolete.
Right.
Okay, let's say for example, you're a software developer, DevOps. In the next 5 years, and I put 5 years because let's just say it takes some time, right? But in the next couple of years, you're not going to be able to chat GPT, an algorithm, a machine learning algorithm can solve the problems that you can solve. And the same thing goes with other people who are in tech. You have to realize that it's ever-changing landscape.
Right.
So, number one, subscribe to all the journals,
Okay.
all the tech journals globally.
Okay. Do you by any chance know any?
Yeah, there's so many of them. I don't want to promote international.
understand.
I don't want to promote anyone specifically.
Got you.
But if you subscribe to tech journal, so you can hear the latest developments of things that are going on in tech, so you can move. While you're
Right.
still trying to develop maybe an artificial intelligence robotics that can solve a certain kind of problem. You find
Right.
out that has already been developed in so many places,
Right.
patented, developed.
Right.
By the time you get to
start.
market and you want to go for a patent, you find out that the patent is not available.
Right.
So you have to just keep abreast of information.
Right.
Then number two, you have to always be willing to learn. Then number three, you need to be surrounded by people of like mind, because I don't know, eagles don't fly with other birds, I think.
Right.
So you need to be surrounded with people of like minds. That means you can look at the founders of Paystack. You can look at the Flutterwave founders. You can look at, so you need to have the right people around you, people who are positive and who are driven. Because if you don't, they're going to be a drag instead of a push.
Progress. Right. Okay. That's really good. Really good information. So I think what I would say is, where do you see the African space or the African tech world, that is in comparison? I don't like to use competition.
Yeah.
I like the fact that a lot of people are looking inwards now, because the fact of the matter is the Western world has its own climate, is ruled by its own different policies and things like that. So in order to function here in Nigeria or in Africa, even though you want to maybe take ideas from there, you find out that you're actually going to have to fine-tune those ideas to make sure that they are specific to benefit here, the African market. So in the place where Nigeria is now, in the next couple of years, where do you see Nigeria in relationship with Africa as a whole, or to the world at large in the tech space?
Okay, I'm kind of a matter of fact person. I like to call things bluntly. African governments have performed very poorly across board in the development of tech. However, there are a few bright lights in certain places. Number one, let's talk about the current Minister of Communication, Bosun Tijani. Brilliant young man. Bosun, you can see the passion in him. For example, Bosun, he was already doing it in the private sector, so it wasn't like he's just,
Right.
Let me get why I brought him up is, let's look at the 3MTT program.
Right.
The 3MTT program, the training program by the Ministry of Communication, Ministry of Technology, and Bosun's ministry. I don't even know their names, but Dr. Bosun, him personally.
Right.
That program, what it does is that it develops young tech talents.
Right.
We're trying to raise 3 million young tech talents. Now, why is that important for the future of Africa? Give you one example. If you're looking at building maybe a tech infrastructure in Africa, the first thing you look at is talent pool.
Right.
That's why they go to India, they go to Israel, because you have the talent pool. You need AI engineers, you need software developers, you need
Right.
cybersecurity analysts.
Right.
They're all there and they're very good. So the first step, I would say, is the development of the talent.
Right.
And for me, Nigeria has already started because of
Right.
Bosun, Dr. Bosun. So that in itself means that if that trend continues, Nigeria will lead
Right.
and will continue to lead.
Right.
It's very simple. Because if you've started that process of talent pool development, once the talent pool is there, it will attract investments.
Right.
So we're in the right path.
Right. Thank you very much. Thank you for your
Yeah.
time.
Oh, well, my name is Jidenna, Jidenna Iwuno. I'm the co-founder of TUA Events and also the organizer of Tech Unite Africa. And I want to shout out to all the people that came. A lot of people were here together. We had over thousands of people across. And I want to say a big thank you to ZI for being here as our partner. ZI has been our partner. We've been on this journey with ZI. I mean, the marketing strategy from ZI, amazing. Awesome partnership. ZI, I mean, the press releases, oh my goodness. So we just want to say thank you to ZI for the partnership and the things that we've been able to accomplish together. So we're looking at the future and see how we can go further and the things that we can do for the development of Africa, because we have no other continent.
Right.
Africa is our continent.
It's our home. Right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it from the boss's mouth, from Jidenna himself. Keep it locked. Keep staying in touch with Tech Unite. Do you guys have a social media page or anything?
Yeah,
So
our
you
social
could
media
talk
page is Tech Unite Africa on
Okay.
Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn,
Right.
and also on Twitter, X now.
Okay, so yes, you guys follow Tech Unite, keep in touch. Obviously, there's going to be more developments happening and more additions to come. So if you're into the tech space or you're looking to get into the tech space, especially here in Africa, then you know that this is where you need to be. So keep it locked.
Peace.
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, appreciate it.